In other news, if you've been keeping up with the new releases, you know that one everyone's been buzzing about is the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League.
If you haven't been able to watch it yet, we have Nick here to give us a recap and share his thoughts with us.
Let's hear it.
Ever since the theatrical release of the abysmal 2017 Justice League film, fans of both the DC Extended Universe and director Zack Snyder have been uniting and rallying support for the release of Snyder's original vision. They knew how much the movie meant to Snyder, and they wanted to do whatever it took to get Warner Brothers to release his cut. During the original production of Justice League, Autumn Snyder, daughter of Zack and his wife, producer Deborah Snyder, tragically took her own life after struggling with depression for so long. Zack had been in the middle of a disheartening battle with Warner Brothers executives over what could and could not be in the film. But when he received the news of his daughter's passing, he left the film altogether. The Snyders then took a very long and much needed hiatus from social media and filmmaking to focus on their family and themselves. After the Snyders' exit from Justice League, Warner Brothers hired director Joss Whedon of Marvel's Avengers fame to quote-unquote complete the film, but he did much more than that. By the order of Warner Brothers head Kevin Tsujihara, and with the help of producers Jeff Johns and John Berg, Whedon horribly rewrote and reshot many moments from Snyder's version of the movie. Fans immediately noticed these awful changes upon viewing them in November 2017, but they did not take it well. Thus began the hashtag Release the Snyder Cut movement on social media. Thousands of fans who took part in the movement left demanding and sometimes threatening messages underneath official Warner Brothers social media posts to, well, release the Snyder Cut. However, the movement wasn't all bad. Understanding of the Snyder's loss, fans set up campaigns for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention in efforts to raise money and awareness for those who have lost loved ones to suicide and depression. They have raised over $500,000, and the number continues to rise. The movement ended up catching the attention of the director himself, as well as actors from Justice League and HBO Max executives. In November 2019, on the second anniversary of Justice League's theatrical release, the director and the actors of the film all logged onto Twitter to join the movement by tweeting out hashtag Release the Snyder Cut. Months later, in May 2020, Snyder held a watch party of Man of Steel. After the film, Zack brought fans onto the live stream for a Q&A session, where he finally announced that his cut of Justice League would be released on HBO Max in 2021, and the movement's job was done. Zack Snyder's Justice League was released on March 18th, and it was nothing short of amazing. This 4-hour epic, separated into 6 chapters, completes the story that began with Man of Steel and continued with Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Bruce Wayne, having fought by Superman's side to his death, attempts to find faith in humanity once again. With the help of Diana Prince, he searches for others with extraordinary abilities to fend off an oncoming attack triggered by the death of Superman. Together, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg stand together against the threat of Darkseid, Steppenwolf, and Desaad, extraterrestrial beings who seek to destroy Earth in the pursuit of a godly power. The characters this time around were much more fleshed out. Batman wasn't a laughingstock anymore that made cheesy jokes. He was a hardened hero that had a restored desire for justice. Wonder Woman and Lois Lane weren't disrespected and objectified as they were in Joss's cut. Instead, they were shown to be the brave and inspiring women everybody knows them to be. Aquaman was more than a rebellious jock. He was a conflicted person of two worlds who began to learn to embrace his place among both of them. Even Steppenwolf, the main antagonist of the film, was shown to have ulterior motives for decimating Earth instead of just simply destroying it for destruction's sake. My favorite parts of the movie, however, involved Ray Fisher's Cyborg, who was heavily cut from the theatrical film. Cyborg's character arc from a broken quote-unquote monster who felt alone because of his condition to a hopeful and courageous hero after finding others like him and a newfound purpose in life is truly one of the most heartwarming character arcs put to comic book film. Zack had intended for Cyborg to be the heart of the film, and during the climax, Cyborg states, "I'm not broken and I'm not alone," emphasizing not just the message of the movie, but of the Snyder Cut movement itself as well. The idea that you are not alone. The movie ends with a black screen and the words "for Autumn," because without Autumn, Zack says, none of this would have ever happened. Zack Snyder's Justice League is everything a DC fan would want in a comic book movie. But the warmth of the characters and the Lord of the Rings style battles are enough to keep all kinds of audiences at the edge of their seats. Justice has finally been served. That's all for me. Now back to the host.